excited to be here.
We're just excited.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited to be here.
I'm Natasha Restrepo. I come from Colombia. I am going to be the Spanish 2 and 3 teacher in high school. This is my first experience abroad, so I'm very excited. I was teaching back in Colombia, also in an international school, and I'm very excited to be here. Yeah, there are many things that I really like, aspects that I took into consideration. One is that I heard the study community, meaning students, were very committed and they were very responsible, and you guys are very successful students. So I felt that I, as a teacher, wanted to be able to a community that is constantly thriving and obtaining such a successful results in everything. I think in South America we really admire how committed the students are regarding everything they do. So I just wanted to be able to experience that. On the other hand, well, this is a beautiful city, you know, so you're lucky to be in such a beautiful and attractive city. I had the opportunity to listen a little bit more about the teaching community, so I was also very excited to join it. It was like a personal, you know, goal and dream, so here I am. Many things. I'm very excited about the forensics club. I'm very excited to see the music, classical music concerts that you have here. I've heard that they're amazing. I'm looking forward to see, you know, what the end of the school year looks like after we have finished our curriculum and program in Spanish. And mostly, well, I just hope I can bring some, you know, like global citizenship vision from Latin America to share regarding our culture and questions that students might have. Yes, I'm also an advisor for the ABC teachers, but the one that is going to focus on PETA, you know, PETA or PETA, like the animal protection and animal rights. I am a rescuer myself, so I advocate a lot for animals protection. Yeah. I'm a music lover, so I listen to music and I'm always curious about concerts, and I travel around the world just to chase great concerts of great musicians, especially like soundtracks from movies, so orchestra, you know, and more like compositions. But in general, I love music, I love movies, I love arts. My parents are artists back home. As a side, you know, hobby they have as well. I used to make jewelry, you know, like gold and silver jewelry, like the real process of making it. Maybe hopefully at some point I can find a place where I can continue. And I rescue animals, so my pets are rescued. I brought them from Colombia. So I have a dog and a cat at home. And at home I mean here in Korea. I brought them from Colombia. Be very curious about expressions, about culture, about how things are in other countries, because learning a language is also understanding people's behavior and the way they interact in other places. That's number one. And number two, you know, commit and participate as much as possible in conversation. So the more you speak in class, especially the more you try to speak Spanish and express your ideas in Spanish, the better you will do. Welcome to this new school year. I hope that everyone finds a great period of time to learn, to enjoy, to discover themselves or yourselves, also to find new dreams and new expectations and try to accomplish them. But always remember that be very present, like enjoy what you're doing and be very aware that what we have is right now. So it's important to also like enjoy ourselves. Yeah.
I am Mrs. Ramey. I am a high school English teacher here now. I'm from Kansas City, Kansas, back in the United States. And I will be teaching English 9, English 10, and communications. I love kids. I really like English, language arts a lot. I love books, and I think that teaching kids about books is fun, and high schoolers are just really fun people, so it's a good time. I've always wanted to teach internationally. I was a study abroad student in England for a semester in college, and that made me want to become an international teacher someday. I've never been to Asia, and I thought it would be fun to just take a leap of faith and jump to another continent. The food, and definitely the food, and also just getting to know different cultures. I really like learning about other people, how they live life. I think I was just signed up for being a forensics speech coach, so I did that in high school and thought it would be fun to coach it. Well, the reason I'm here is because I love traveling. I love seeing other places and just getting, like I said, getting to know other cultures. And I love reading and watching movies. I'm hoping to get a film degree someday as well. Working hard and being themselves, and having fun as well. I know that there's a cultural difference between America and here, but I still think that kids are kids and you should also have fun. It will make the class a lot more entertaining, and yeah, I think it usually leads to success as well. I'm just really excited to be here, and yeah, I'm excited to learn from my students and learn from the community. It's a beautiful school and beautiful country from what I've seen so far, so I'm just excited. Yeah.
My name is Ms. Goodman. I have been in Korea almost 3 years. Before that, I taught in the great state of Texas. I will be teaching 9th grade communications and 9th grade biology. About 2 years ago, I just felt like there was a need for teachers, just seeing, the quality of people that were in the classroom. I felt like I had a lot to share with students and molding who they are in that young, critical age of middle school and high school. When I saw the posting for the position, I was just excited to get back into a large community, having another team teacher teaching biology, so having someone to bounce ideas off of and being on a team with the students and helping them be successful. Being a teacher can sometimes be like, the kids versus the students, but I feel like being at a larger school and having a team, you can definitely bring more personality into the classroom, and working with the kids outside of the classroom, because I'll also be helping coaching the AQT team, and I'll be doing the Habitat for Humanity. So that'll be fun to get outside of the classroom, get to know the students as a whole person. I feel like I have so many things I'm looking forward to, just a bigger community. I'm very loud, so going to sports games and cheering everyone on, like you hear me, I have a loud voice when I'm at a sporting event. I'm very competitive. I do a lot of reading. I like to hang with friends, just at different places, get to travel around Korea and other places. Hanging with my family, sometimes just hanging out, Netflixing and laughing, that's good just to relax. So yeah. I would say that's some things I'm interested in. Pay attention to the calendar. I feel like everything is pretty spelled out in biology and communications class, so just paying attention to your schedule, being mindful of when you're missing class for your outside events, make sure you're on top of getting your work turned in, and just ask questions. I'm always here to help. I'm excited to be a Tiger.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, my name is James Stillhoff. I am from Seattle, Washington, and I was born and raised in Washington, lived in Los Angeles for a little bit, lived in Ohio for a little while. I was a teacher in Washington State for 28 years, and then I was teaching in Brazil for the last 3 years. And now I'm teaching here in wonderful Korea. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be teaching AP Economics, Micro and Macro. I'll be teaching 2 sections of U.S. history, and the government and politics class is alive and back, and that's my job. It was interesting because when I graduated from university, I was going to actually go into the insurance industry and sell insurance for a living. And my last quarter, I had a history professor who asked me what I was going to do. And when I told him I was going to sell insurance, he said, "That's a shame, you'd make a great teacher." I got into the insurance business for a couple of years, decided I hated it, went back to school, got my teaching degree, and here I am. When I decided to become an international teacher, my life had freed up. Many of my obligations had gone away, so I was very wide open to being able to travel and to go places I love to travel and learn different cultures. Asia was always a top target of mine, but for my first job I ended up in South America for the 3 years, but my goal was always to come to Asia. And then when I went to the job fair in Bangkok, I had the opportunity to meet with Dr. Gebhard and Mr. Macklin, and they sold me on what a great school this was and what a great community and how great life in Korea would be. At that point, Korea wasn't really on my radar until I talked to them, and then I got very excited about the opportunity to come here. I just love Asian culture because it's so different from mine, and I love learning about different cultures. I love learning about how different people do things in different ways, because it always helps me reflect back on how do I do things, and are there ways that I can make changes to make my life better by emulating other cultures. For teaching here, I'm very much looking forward to having academically driven kids that want to learn and want to succeed. I love working with those students. I love helping them reach their dreams. So the opportunity to work with serious students is very appealing to me. As far as Seoul in general, like I said, the different culture, I love trying different foods, and I hear the street food here is amazing. That'll be one of the first things I do, and then there's other places within Korea that I want to go visit. Of course, I do that a lot. I've already been told that I'll be the assistant girls soccer coach, and I coached girls soccer in the United States for 17 years. So that's something that I'm very much looking forward to being involved in that program. There's a possibility I may help with middle school soccer as well. I just volunteered to be in charge of the Global Issues Network Club and the Animal Rescue, Animal Shelter Club. I'm always very involved in the schools I'm at. Soccer, eating. I do like to game. I've gotten rid of my consoles. When I moved, I sold my PS4 and my Xbox when I moved up here. And part of that was it now gives me an excuse to buy a PS5. So that'll be early on. It's one of the ways that I relax. I love to read. I love to study philosophy, particularly Stoicism. Be honest, have integrity, have respect. A big thing for me is respect, and there's a difference between showing respect and having respect. And so I want students to have respect for me, and I want to be able to have respect for the students as well. That's important to me, that respect goes both ways. If you're struggling, if you didn't get ready for an assessment, be honest about it, take your lumps, Don't lie to me, because I'll know. I've been in the game too long. Other than I'm really excited to be here. I'm really happy to be part of the SIS family. The school, since I got here and started work on Monday, the school is everything that I thought it would be. Very, very supportive, very much a family atmosphere, and I'm looking forward to contributing to that and to giving the school everything I have to make the students successful.
I'm Mr. Cito. I've been teaching high school and college mathematics for about 20 years now. This is my 20th year, actually. For the first, I think, 12 years of teaching, I was teaching in Phoenix, Arizona, at a high school there. And then my first international experience was in Kuwait, where I taught at the American school there for 2 years. And then I came back to the US for a few years, and then most recently was in Brazil for 4 years. And the classes that I teach here will be geometry and pre-calculus. Funny story, I was a business major in college, and I was volunteering teaching Sunday school at my church. And I absolutely loved it. I was making my lesson plans as soon as the previous class had ended. And so my thinking was, boy, if I like doing something this much, I really should just do it for a living, even though maybe it doesn't pay the best. So that's how I became a teacher. I'm so excited to be in Korea. I'm always down for checking out the restaurants and trying the food, learning about the culture. Seoul is such a big city. I feel like I've just barely scratched the surface of it so far, so I'm looking forward to exploring a little bit. I'll be leading the math club with Mr. Workington, and I'm always open to possibly doing more clubs or activities as needed. I'm a big-time gamer. I love doing card games, board games, video games, you name it. Anything involving strategy and competition I really enjoy. Settlers of Catan is my favorite board game. I would have a little group in Brazil and we would play it quite often. For video games, Hearthstone has always been my go-to game. Just number one, be honest, because trust is hard to gain when you lose it. So just be honest in all situations, and just try your best. I've never failed a student who is honest and tried their best. Thank you to all the SIS staff members who have helped me during these last couple weeks here. Been quite a whirlwind of arriving here, but everybody has just been very friendly to me, and I really appreciate that. The students have been wonderful. I've only spent 1 day with them, but so far they're incredible as well, and so I appreciate everybody's kindness.
Hi, so my name is Miss Maney, and I am teaching choir here at SIS. I teach both high school choir and middle school choir. So before coming to SIS, I taught choir in Minnesota, and I also taught K-5 music before that, but all in the States. And what attracted me to coming to SIS was definitely that it's an excellent international school and a really wonderful place to live. So one of my biggest inspirations for becoming a choir teacher was my own experience in high school choir. I had a really wonderful teacher, Mr. Music, that was his real name, and he created an amazing class for us, and I really saw myself in him and saw myself in his strengths and knew that I could try to do the same thing. I'm really excited to get to know the students. I can't wait to get to know more about them, what they like to do, and just get to see them sing and do things that they're passionate about. I hope to be involved in any school musicals that come up. I also advise the Men's Choir Club and then Tri-M, which is like the National Honor Society kind of for music, I believe. I really like to stay active, so I like to go. I'm really enjoying so far in Korea going on runs and hikes, even though it's very hot right now. So I love to be like in the mountains, and I love to read, and I really love to try new food and cook food as well. I cook everything, although I guess I haven't cooked much Korean food yet, but I really like making Italian food and like Mediterranean food. I think bring your best in the way that you share your voice, because your voice is valuable and important, and we need it to succeed. I'm excited to be here, and I look forward to a great year.
My name is Bob Thalhuber. I am from the United States, specifically Columbia, Missouri. I went to school at UNLV for my undergrad, and as a I had a performance degree, and I wanted to do professional gigging, and then decided, that life wasn't for me in Las Vegas. I wanted to go and teach kids, and so I went back got my master's, moved back to Missouri, and got my master's there. And I've been teaching for 18 years now, and wanted to come over and try something different. Gigging in Las Vegas was very tiring. It got old really fast, staying up super late and all the long hours. And plus, it just was the same thing over and over again. Teaching allows you to interact with a lot of different people, and you feel like you have much more of an impact on their growth, and you're just making more of a difference in people's lives. I just wanted to do something new. And I have two little kids, William and Harriet, and they're in the elementary school here, and we wanted to be able to go somewhere and expose them to more, just to more things, more culture, more traveling. And just professionally, it was after 18 years, I just wanted to try something new. But I'm always open to do extra things outside of the school day regarding music. I would love to eventually open up some type of drum club, a drum line. A lot of students really enjoy that, and it helps them with their processing rhythm and being able to interpret rhythms properly. Just be in the moment. Making music is one of the ways that we're human, and it makes us human. Too often students and even directors get wrapped up in the stress, and it becomes a very cold thing that makes it so it's not a human emotion. It's not an art, and I think we have to try to make sure that we smile and check ourselves and make sure that we're enjoying what we're doing and what we get to do. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.